Hi everybody. So today we're going to be twisting a balloon margarita and a sundae. So we have two different designs here, but I'm going to try to fit them both in the same tutorial here since they pretty much use the same idea with just one addition. So let's get to it. If you've worked in any kind of restaurant environment, it's probably not unusual, or eventually someone's going to ask you for something like this. And so I wanted to make sure I took care of the adults and then also took care of the kids with the sundae. So you saw that I added a little straw here, and so I thought something would be cool actually. If you end up making this and we're friends on Facebook, maybe you could do a selfie of you grabbing a stack of straws from your local fast food place, just because it'll be silly, but also it'll let you have a chance to add the straw to your drink. And what I was thinking about is, if you show up to an event and you have just this big pile of straws, someone might ask you, like, why do you have so many straws? And you could show them why and actually make one of these designs. So anyway, I'm going to start with the margarita first, and then we'll go to the sundae next, okay? So the balloons that I'm going to use for the margarita are this green 350. That's going to be our inside there. And then I have these pearl blues that I'm going to use. Okay, I end up using two of them just because the top there, I have to make it around the top, and one was just not enough. So let's get started with my balloons. What I always do is I bring the sound down while I twist, and I do voiceover. So one thing I almost forgot is the white marker, and that's going to be to do the salt around the edge of the glass there. Okay, so here we go. Let's get to it.
Alright, so the first thing we're going to go with is the green 350. That's how I'm going to start. And so first thing I'm going to do is a tulip twist or an apple twist. You can call it whichever you like. But I'm pushing the nozzle down inside of the balloon, and so then I'm going to pinch it. And once I pinch it, I'm going to give it a twist. And then I'm going to push that back up inside the balloon. So you see right now I'm just giving it a twist, and I'm going to push it back up inside there. Okay, and that's going to help it hold in place. Alright, so that's the first thing I'm doing. That's going to be our margarita. And right now I just actually tucked it under my shirt, actually, in case you're wondering where it went. And so I'm going to do a loop, and it's about 4 fingers. There we go. And I'm going to be sure to pull that nozzle through, that way I don't lose it, and actually do it a second time just because I really don't want to lose it. Okay, then I'm going to do about a 1 inch there. And then I'm going to do another bubble, and I'm going to make that one a pinch twist. There we go. Okay. And I'm giving it a squish. This balloon's pretty tough, pretty strong, so I'm definitely squishing it, keeping it nice and soft. So I'm just going to pull that pinch twist right through there, kind of rolling it through that loop I made, and that's going to create the bottom of our cup, our glass, and then we go right to the stem from there. So I just twisted the bottom of where the glass is going to get wide, and I'm actually going to bring my tulip twisted 350 back, and so I'm just twisting it right at that one spot just several times, just because I don't want it to come undone, because I'm about to break off the excess green. Don't need that anymore, and I just don't want that coming undone on me. So to get the bottom of the glass started is really simple. We're going to do 2 bubbles. So the first bubble, and then number 2, and once we get number 2, we're actually going to pinch twist number 2. Okay, there we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to wrap around the bottom and come right back to that pinch twist, and that's going to create the bottom of our glass. So hopefully that makes sense to you. There we go, see? And it's coming right back to that pinch twist. Alrighty. And once I do that, now I'm going to do it. I'm going to actually repeat that with 2 bubbles, pinch twisting the second. So we get 1 bubble, and not too big, about 1 inch, maybe a little bit smaller, followed by a second. I'm going to pinch twist that one. There we go. And then I'm just going to go right around there. No problem. Come right back to the pinch twist again. And this is what I was talking about earlier. See how I run out of balloon when I do that? It was just too much of the balloon being used up when you do that. There we go. And so we just pop whatever we have left over, and then I'm going to tuck away that tail now. There we go. And so now that's why I have that other balloon prepped and ready to go. And so right now I'm just doing a little bit of work on the aesthetics, make sure it looks nice and pretty. And so I'm just rolling where that pinch twist is, I'm rolling that balloon into that right there. And I'm going to repeat one last time with one bubble and then a second bubble and pinch twisting that one. There we go. And now we're just going to go around it one more time. And then we'll be done with that part for the yes, actually I was going to say for the most part, but that is actually the last part. So yeah, at this point now I'm just going to twist into that pinch twist one more time just to make sure it's secure and staying in place. And now I'll be able to break off the excess and then tuck that little tail away. No problem. So that's what I like about this design, is it's not too demanding, and that's the idea behind this twisting, that I'm trying to make sure that it's stuff that isn't too demanding. Okay, there we go. Just tuck that away, and that brings this design pretty much to the end. Stick around for the exciting art. Alrighty, so we made it to the end there, and so I'm just gonna add the salt around the edge of the glass, and it's real simple. I'm just doing dots is all I'm doing. I wouldn't go overboard and do too much other kind of crazy stuff. Just the dots are fine. I think people know exactly what they're supposed to be, which makes it nice for the design and makes that part of it fast. So you might have noticed also that I use this pearl blue versus a clear balloon. I just feel like it makes the design overall, gives it a cleaner look as opposed to it being a clear balloon, because the clear balloon people can see right through it and see, like, you know, this big hunk hanging out there. So it's kind of cool that it's on the top. So and so the last part, you can just wedge it down in there and you'll get your straw. And like I said, it'll look cooler if you have a different color straw. This one you can't, it's clear, so it's kind of hard to see. But now you got your margarita. I guess it's a virgin margarita, huh? Anyway, let's move right to the sundae now. We should have enough time to do it all. So the balloons I'm going to be using for the sundae are going to be let's see, we have our little red balloon here, and then I have a gray and a pink 350. Okay, so I'm going to get right to it, and I'm also going to include, in this case, me blowing up the balloons, but we're still going to go through everything that we need to do by bringing down the sound and doing the voiceover, just so you can follow along. Okay, here we go. Alright, so you notice that I had left a good tail on there. It wasn't too short on there because I'm going to try to use up most of the grape, but not all of it though. So first thing I'm doing with the red there is I had a little tail on it. So I'm just pushing it against the nozzle, and I'm going to push it down inside the balloon. And so this is going to create our cherry. So we're basically doing that tulip twist again, or the apple twist. And so I just grabbed onto both those nozzles, and I'm just pushing it right back inside there. So it's basically the same idea. The only addition was the little red balloon there on the top for the cherry. Okay, so again, the gray, going right through it, pretty much the same thing I did for the margarita glass, except the only difference here, everything is still the same so far. Gonna push that pinch twist to there. I'm actually just going to make the handle a little bit shorter. You notice that? Look, I took about an inch off of that. And again, I'm gonna twist in that 350 with that cherry, and we're going to break off the excess. And with the margarita glass, we went up 3 times. In this case, I'm only going to go up 2. So we got 2 bubbles. The second one is pinch twisted, and I'm just going to wrap right around, and it's going to go right back to the pinch twist. There we go. Alright, and there's a small discrepancy here. Actually, I got ahead and do what I normally do, and I did 2 bubbles. And instead of pinch twisting the second one right away, I actually went around and pinch twisted it on the way back. So you could do either way. You could pinch twist it ahead of time, or you could do it like I did. I caused it to be pinch twisted by wrapping that balloon around. So there we go. So now I just break off the rest, and that pretty much brings the design to an end. All right, thanks for hanging out. Let's go over some of the marker work. Really simple.
Alrighty, so we made it to the end of this one, and one thing I didn't say before was the markers that I use for it. So I just use a blue and a pink, and it's just going to be for the sprinkles. I guess it depends on where you're from. I know some people, friends of mine from different parts of the country, call these jimmies. I think that's what they call them, with the little sprinkles on top. So just depends on where you're from. But let me go up here close so you can see I'm just doing little hash marks. There you go. So nothing too wild, out of control. Again, I try to keep it simple as possible. So, again, always, if you like these videos, be sure to rate it, comment it, share it, subscribe if this is your first time here. I'm happy to have you. But anyway, we're almost to the end here. I thank you very much for watching it. I really do, and I hope that this is some value to you, that eventually you get to use this. And so, last but not least, let's add our, I guess I'm going to steal this straw from this one. I totally thought I had the other straw. Bummer. And I thought I knew what I was doing. So, again, you just jam the straw right down inside there, and it looks pretty darn cute. So you can see, it's a fun design, nice and visual, right? There you go. So again, thank you very, very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, happy twisting.